to try to make this short because it's not going to be very fun. It's not a fun video to make, but it needs to be made, so I'm going to make it. This is regarding the Teal Swan drunk video that I made a few months back. And I just want to clear the air regarding that video and my thoughts about it, and make it right from my end. Most people on the channel know that I have struggled with alcohol. That's been probably the main vice in my life. It's been alcohol. It's been medication. It's been a comfort during dark times. And it's also a vice. It's also unhealthy. As far as that video goes, it was made under, I would say, false pretenses on my end, because I was messaging somebody on Facebook who I thought was Teal because they had a picture of her as their profile picture, and they were sufficiently sort of withdrawn and sort of neutral sounding, kind of like Teal. Teal is very what's the word? Stoic, I guess, not emotional. And this profile appeared to be that way, and when I was in my inebriated state, I simply assumed that that was her, and the video that I made was somewhat talking to that profile as if it was her. And likely it was, for the most part, a creation of my own via alcohol. As far as any of the subtle or psychic implications that I was making in the video, I am aware that some truths do come out during drunken states, and sometimes that's the only time that they come out because people have been suppressing for so long. But in this case, I don't think that is the case for the most part. I think it was just me being drunk and trying to act very spiritual. And the reason that I'm making this video now is because a friend sent me an email referencing the video. Now, I had something to understand about me as far as how I carry myself, generally speaking, is that if I something flippant and didn't really respond to that comment. Some people liked the video, some people thought that there was something in it for them, some people got something out of it, but it's very easy for me to sort of like, I enjoy the dark aspects of the realm and myself as well to an extent, but I also know how heavy they are, like at the very base of them. So some things I do like to rectify, and sometimes it takes me a while to get around to it or to be shown. And in this case, it was by the friend who emailed me about that particular video. She was talking about views, about my views going down, and about my sort of public image and things like that. And I'm very good at rationalizing everything, with YouTube views in particular. There are a billion and one reasons you can come up with why views are going up and down. And generally speaking, I like to let them be what they are, and whether, you know, they're being influenced by the machine or whether it's an accurate reflection of people and who they want to watch and how long they want to watch them and so on and so forth. I like to just leave it as it is for the most part. And I don't really, I'm an introvert, you know. I've always been an introvert. This channel coming about the way that it has it was a surprise to me. It wasn't something that I knew was coming. So it has been a learning curve for me, to say the least. You know, it's been 2 years plus now. It was the beginning of 2017, and we're in, you know, mid 2019 now. So it's been a couple of years. It's been a wild ride, but you know, internally I like to hold the idea that I still have, you know, my own private life where I can sort of just recede back into it no matter what happens. But in this case, I would like to simply apologize to Teal for sort of dragging her name into whatever the fuck that was, because she didn't have really any actual ties to that video or the making of it. It was me doing my own thing. And I would also like to release myself energetically from any spiritual attachments that may have occurred from that video, energetic afflictions that may have come from that video. And yeah, so that's about it. I think that's about it. That video muddied the waters, I know, for at least a few of you guys as regards me and my sort of consistency. As regards alcohol, I can't say exactly how that's going to play out. I love the drink. I can't deny that. I did stop after there was an incident in think that's about it.